All right. Looking at the South Coast tournament, these are the new White Cliff Golf Club holes. This is hole number 9. It's a par 5. And I am not, from the front tees, we draw some lines here. Here's the green. And I'm not sure, going out into this area, trying to bounce on, like trying to be here and trying to bounce on over here to get on in that straight line, whether that's better than the shot being from down here. I think it's much better to be down here. If you can get down into this area, you may have to use this fairway here to bounce over to the green. Depending on where you're at in your club and what ball you brought, you may be able to start on the other side so you can really go at it. I wouldn't want to put all of this stuff and this sand right around the green into play. So I'm not really looking at any shot that's on this side. So, we can just like take that stuff out of the mix. And this is what we're pretty much looking at here on this course. Maybe from, I'm not sure exactly what the shot would be. I don't think you're bridging any gap from here to here in this area. So why would you lay up here when you can get down here? So on this shot, I did, and in the video I'm going to show here, I did try a 5-power ball with a extra mile level 8, and I was able to get over down here. Now, if you had a 7, it looked like you were probably maybe 2 miles into the wind. So if you had a tailwind, you'd probably be right on the line there if you had a 6 or a 7. But if you had an 8, you could probably just get over without a tailwind. If you were in one-on-one play, obviously you would not be bringing out a 5-power ball to try and get over that. But I think it is possible. And I'm not necessarily sure. With a 5-power ball, you can get down. You may get enough roll to get down into this area. Sorry about that. So let's talk about red lines here. With a katana, I'm somewhere in that range right there. So I think tournament time, we're going to want to get as deep as we can into this hole. And I'm not sure, on the video I'll have to really pay attention to see if I got more flight time. I tried not to do, but just a titch of overpower, just against the nubs, just to make it so I knew I was getting all of the curl that I could get on that side. And end up somewhere down in this range down here. I am in wood range. I brought a Guardian, which wasn't the best thing to bring on this hole, but I've just had my utility bag. My other extra mile bag has a big dog in it. So from this area out in here with a katana, to get over was a little bit of an overpower shot, so I bounced over from here to get over. I think it's much better if I can work the distance on what ball to use up here. So it'll probably be a Kingmaker. I really think that what I'm going to do here is the next time I get on this hole, I'm going to set up a bag that's got a big topper in it, because I think a big topper and a Kingmaker, we're going to get a mile down here. We'll get more distance doing a bounce over shot from here with a big topper and max top spin than we would with an extra mile on the same ball. So this will definitely be, the problem with this is that even though this fairway doesn't narrow up, there is a lot of movement on it. So we have no control when we get to the end of the run, and a big topper is very inaccurate. So you may be fine here, and you may be fine when you get over here, but the tail end of the drive, so if you land here, it's still good here, but the tail end of where you end up down here was where that grate shows itself. So it's going to be real important to make sure, if we're doing this shot, everything on this shot wants to go in this direction. So when we come here in the shot that I take on the video, I'm starting way off, looking off in this direction. And then that gives me enough room so that when I apply my curl, it brings me back to the center of the fairway. If I start my shot off, when you're doing these curl shots like this, if you start your shot off so that you're in the center of the fairway, and then you're trying to apply curl so that you can, all that's going to do is suck you into this fairway down here. You have to give yourself enough room. So that means you have to move your shot to the left, so that when you apply that right hand curl, you're giving yourself enough room for the curl to become effective. So let's go take a look at this shot. And I'm really thinking that the goal is, I think no matter what, from where I'm at up here, I'm in a wood. And I can't remember where my opponent is, but I think they were also in a wood. But I think if we get down here, we're still going to be in a wood, but this is either going to be a great sniper shot, and I'm not sure if from down here if a sniper's got enough backspin. It may. But if you can get it down here where you can start off on the other side, this is going to be a great shot with a Guardian. Otherwise, you're going to have to bounce it from this fairway. And if that's the case, I would definitely bring a sniper because you got more control of your topspin and you got better ball guide, so you're going to be able to really see where the ball is going to go. So let's check out the video here. Let me turn the volume down. All right, hole 9, par 5. I'm really happy we got this. I played this person several times, and it seems like if you replay, I get more. If I get somebody that wants to replay me, I'm getting more of these holes. So our opponent's using a white ball. And you can play any hole in Golf Clash with a white ball and be successful, but you'll be more successful sometimes with better balls. And what I want to do is get past this crest right here so that I'm going in that downhill. And if you still have some speed, gravity is going to push you along even better. Okay.
Everybody's down.
Okay. Okay. All right, so I tried a 5-power ball here just to see if it would get over, and it will get over. So if we have any kind of a tailwind, we will be able to, you could use a 5-power ball, but I'm not sure that you can't. I'm not sure that if you use a 5-power ball to get way down in there, to do that shot, that you'd pick up any more of an advantage than we might be able to get with a Kingmaker and a big topper. I've also tried this shot with, gotten this hole several times, and you can see how far good I hit that, and it still stayed in the fairway. I was so far out to the left because I wanted to leave the entire fairway open for the shot to try and get as much roll as I could possibly get. But if you're going to apply, if you're applying side spin to it, like in this case, we're applying right hand side spin, we're applying right hand curl. The side spin and the curl don't take effect until the ball touches the ground. So if you hit that ball great to the left, it's gonna, as long as you left enough room for it to hit the first time on the fairway great to the left, then all of that other stuff's gonna take effect and it's gonna throw the ball to the right. So if you start off like on that hole, you start off to the left, you have a really good shot of, no matter how you hit it, still ending up in the fairway. So you can see where we got, and we didn't get all the distance, and part of this is ball. So right where we're at right now, if we have a Kingmaker, we're probably not into power. We can probably get over to this area right here from where we're at if we had a Kingmaker. And I think a Kingmaker is going to help us pick up more distance. And what that's going to do, let me pause this for a second. What more distance is going to do, let me get my thing up here. Maybe. All right, it's not going to let me do it. Is where it opens up right here, the fairways, the green area here is a little bit better. So if you come at it where you're straight with this, and if we look at Golf Clash Notebook, let me pull it up real quick. So when we're down into this area, instead of coming at the green from this angle, if we're coming at it, if we got way down into this hole, and we're coming straight at it like this. So I'm not even sure that going all the way down to the bottom is necessary. I actually think the best shot is if you lay up where, if you draw a line from the green through this fairway area, is somewhere along that line. So if you're anywhere in this line where you're in that straight shot, if you look up here at the green, that's where that little tip comes out right there. And so you've got this widest distance. So you can pick up the most run, or it gives you the best opportunity to start off on this side. So I'm not sure that getting all the way to the bottom is necessary. I think really that this area right here, right down here where it crotches, that this area is the right spot. And so if you can pick up this hillside, it's going to be easy for you to get down there. That's why I'm thinking a big topper is going to be more than enough, because we weren't that far from. I'm not that far from it right here, but if we could pick up just a little bit more, I think we'd be in a much better spot. So I wouldn't have to do this bounce over. I don't like having to do these types of shots, because if you get this wind wrong, if they give us a really difficult wind, especially wind that's pushing you into it, if you get that wind wrong and can't bridge that gap, it's very easy to get caught up in the rough right there. We'd increase our odds too if we could start off on the other side. And if you're in that area down there, like I said earlier, a sniper is going to be a much better club. Something that's got better ball guide, got a little bit of top spin, so you can really kind of control the tip of the ball guide. Opponent's using their boomerang. Let's see how many games this person's played. I can't see it from here because I'm playing a video of me playing a game. So we probably won't be able to check out Richard today. In the hole. Shooting their eagle. And I usually don't do that, but I forgot I hadn't already putted. All right. That is how to get an eagle on that hole. So this is not going to be, I don't see this being one of those really difficult holes for us to get an eagle on. If you bring a big dog, you'll be able to bounce over from here over to there with the topspin that a big dog has. You could probably do a rough bump if you needed to. And a rough bump might not be, that might be a viable thing if you could get on a straight line with it. I don't know that I would want to do a rough bump at any one of these angles where it's narrow down here. I'd want to be where I could come straight at the hole in a wide part of this if I was going to do a rough bump. But a rough bump might be possible if we can get down there. So the next time I get to this hole, I'm definitely going to pop out a Kingmaker and a big topper and see if I can get down into that. Now, I did think I shot one more video here with a quarterback earlier on this hole, and if I find it, I'll post it just so you can see what it looks like with a quarterback. I like the quarterback is working really well on a lot of these holes, and I'm seeing people out there with extra miles that are ending up in the rough, and my quarterback, I'm actually going long in some areas. I've been putting on max topspin just to see what happens, and I'm actually getting a lot of distance with my quarterback. All right, that was hole number 9. That's a par 5 of the South Coast Tournament. It's the White Cliffs Golf Club. Thanks for watching.